Внимание! Сегодня в Москве ожидается гроза с порывами ветра до 25 метров в секунду.
Hello and good evening, comrade. Welcome to Armchair Advisor AFL podcast YouTube show brought to you for Comrade around the world and in Russia. Great success. I couldn't help it. I had to just, you got to chuck in a Borat. You got to chuck in a Borat at that point. Hello and good evening. It is the AFL Armchair Advisors. We are coming to you from deep underground in a nuclear bunker for this round 19 show for AFL season 2021. I am Rich of the Armchair Advisors. Joining me, of course, is my chief bodyguard. It is Sensible Dan. How are you?
I'm feeling good, mate, but I do feel a little bit out of place. I mean, Des over here has kindly snuck us out of the Adelaide, Australia. And he told me we were going to America, so I dressed up like Donald Trump thinking, well, I'm going to fit right in, and now I'm in Russia. What's
going on? Desmond Van Bus, our global field correspondent, he's pulled strings, he's tickled bollocks, he's whispered in ears, he's done what he's had to do to get us out of the country, out of lockdown, and we're in Russia, is that right?
Well, we were supposed to come to America, but my underground shovel network led us to Russia. So I just had to chat to a couple Russian friends, and now look where we are. Beautiful Russia. Nice and safe from the COVID.
So we've thrown together some disguises to try and get through here. I'm trying to look like Stalin. I figure just a big bushy moustache. People will leave me alone, or they'll salute, either which one. Mm-hmm. You've gone the red and black and the aviators. That's tried and true. And Dan, you look like Donald Trump, and the Russians wanted him to get up. So I figure that we're all just going to be absolutely fine.
I'm excited.
Might just stay here. Forget Adelaide.
Absolutely.
Adelaide or Russia.
Well, look.
Pros and cons.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, we've got notes for this round 19 show. I've got nothing. I've got absolutely nothing. They're just pointless. There's nothing. I've got nothing at all. So we're just going to be winging this. We've got no Wi-Fi. We've got no notes. We've got no idea what we're doing. But that is not going to stop us from bringing you a gigantic round 19 show. We'll be tipping winners. We'll be providing bets. We'll be providing analyses, plural, everything a growing sports fan is going to need.
Absolutely. It's going to take a hell of a lot more than COVID to slow down the armchair train, mate.
Yeah. The bus don't stop for no one.
It don't.
The bus don't stop, baby. It's like Drive.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right, let's rip into the first game of the round. It is Theoretically, of course, because we don't know what the fixture's doing. We've cut off from the world. We're cut off from the world. When last we saw, it is Port Adelaide Power versus the Collingwood Magpies at potentially Adelaide Oval. Don't think it's going to be there. I suspect it's going to be in Melbourne. Sensible Dan, what do you reckon?
I think it's Bogey's 300th, mate. What a way to celebrate it with absolutely no fans in the stadium. Yeah. Nothing.
And against the Pies, the prison bar enemy.
It could have been an absolute showstopper, and it is looking like being the exact opposite of that, but it still should be a reasonably good game. The Pies look to have got a little bit of their mojo back recently, and by all accounts, Port's going to be getting Dersma, Butters, and Rosie back into the team. So,
Butters?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. Nowhere near as bad as first thought. So I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised if he actually does play. But getting Dersma and Rosie back will be huge. That'll be huge for them, irrespective. So, in opposite of that, the Pies are going to be struggling because they've got a lot of injuries from last week. Chris Mayne is apparently battling to get up. Josh Thomas is out with a concussion. Callum Brown's season is done with a shoulder issue, and Hoskin Elliott's also battling away as well. So, bad season just gets worse.
No, that's tough. Well, you think of the last game, like Pies really should have won that. Like Pies back at the MCG, and they might be playing there again. We don't know, but it's not going to be that close this time. And I think we said that last time. We said it's not going to be a close game, but this time I think it's going to be a bit of a beatdown from the Power, and it could be 40 plus. Bokey's 300th. It actually gives them a reason to care because they love the fans. You know, they love the atmosphere, especially like they play quite well at Adelaide. But
who'd have thunk it at home?
Not like our Crows, but. No, they're going to lift big time. I see 40 plus here. They're going to roll Collingwood bad. If one Sam Walsh can derail Collingwood in a quarter, what's a full Port team?
Does one full Port team equal one Sam Walsh though? The jury is out on that.
One Sam Walsh is at least the equivalent of one Ollie Wines. At least. Brownlow fave at the minute, Ollie?
Yeah, well, he is.
Sure, there you go, see?
I'm getting super firm in pant because my big multi is looking reasonably good at the moment.
It's looking hey
$5
diddle.
a day still.
That's not bad odds. $5 for Ollie Wines on the Brownlow. Hard to argue. But look, jeepers. Port Adelaide continue to be a gatekeeper team. They bash anyone below them. They fail against anyone above them. Now, going by that logic, you tip the power here because they're playing Collingwood, who are in the doldrums. You would think that's pretty straightforward. Now, I don't know. Does the affected preparation and then flying out and then flying back and then flying out again, does that affect Port?
I
don't know.
I feel like this is better than the whole flying day, the day of day game. Like I don't really like that whole get there, wake up at 4:30 in the morning, fly in, play your game, get out. I reckon being in Melbourne for a couple of days, if that is what is going on, of course, I reckon that's better, personally.
Potentially. Well, look, you might prefer, and it might make sense to us sitting here, but as to whether or not the boys themselves, it actually gels with their preparations, it remains to be seen. I don't know. I'm tipping Port 1-39 on this one. I think there's too big a discrepancy between Collingwood, what their goals are right now, and Port, what their goals are right now. Like Port are looking at we want a flag, we want success, we're aiming for finals here, wanting to really firmly cement our way of playing football, the Port Adelaide way, right? They're settled in their coach, their structure, their game plan, everything. It's just a matter of consistency. Collingwood, you've got to wonder if having Harvey at the helm, is he looking long term? Is he looking at bringing kids in to try and encourage the growth of that next generation of pies to come up? Or is he just looking to safeguard his own position? Shit, I need wins. I need them on the board. I need them right now. If I don't get wins, where am I going to get a job next year if I don't get the Guernsey here at Collingwood? So it's kind of tough to see then what he makes his plans for that Collingwood side on the day.
So I don't think.
Do you know what I mean?
With these injuries, I don't think it matters. Yeah. I think there's going to be kids playing irrespective of whether he wants wins or not, and that's just the long and short of it. Yep.
Whoever's
last
left.
man standing.
Interesting.
I'm also going Port 1-39.
40+ for me.
I like that. Look, bets-wise, we are very, very aware that this whole slate of games this round could change at a moment's notice. Don't know. So I have got legs that I'll be looking for each individual team, and then when the games themselves are confirmed, feel free, punters, to have a look around on your preferred betting apps. Pick the legs that you like that I've listed, leave the ones that you don't. All the best to you. Take care of it. But what I will be looking at is Ollie Wines for 30+, Carl Amon for 25. Now, doesn't matter who they're playing. If they're playing Collingwood or if they're playing the Crows, there's going to be a lot of high looping, easy kicks into the back line that's going to get rebounded straight back out.
Yep.
Either which way.
Agreed.
Amon's going to eat. I think Bonner's going to eat as well. I'm taking Riley Bonner for 20+. I'm taking Georgiades for 2 goals in this one. I think he's hit a ripping vein of form at the minute.
He's been very good.
Very, very good. And, excuse me, whilst I have a rummage around. Nope, Suns. Nope, Saints. Nope, Demons.
No one can blame you for not being prepared, mate.
This is terrible.
It's a tough week.
Hold that thought. Noble 20. Quaynor 15. DeGoey 25. And now that's an eyebrow raiser, but he's not under that in the last month since the bye. I'm liking that.
Not an eyebrow raiser for me. He's been probably just about the form player of the whole comp. Just about.
Cool.
He's been on.
It's just not the form team, mate.
No, that he has been on.
So have a look at those. Take what you like, leave what you don't. All the best to you. We happy with that one, Fullers? Or have you got some more to add?
No.
Mate, talked about that way more than we probably should have,
mate,
I think. It wasn't.
You know me. I don't put any tips out unless there's markets, and there's none at the moment. So
Sensible Don. Old Trump. Love it. Love it.
Like that.
Alrighty. Let's roll on to the first Saturday game. It is the Carlton Blues versus the North Melbourne Kangaroos, and it's at Marvel Stadium as we speak. Who knows what the hell's going to happen this week, but play the ball as it lies. Desmond Van Bus. Comrade Des.
Rip through it, mate.
I think Carlton are going to win this. Carlton is Sam Walsh. That's it. Sam Walsh.
Yep.
Holy... Oh.
He's absolutely going to win 2 Brownlows for mine.
Probably.
If he continues on this trajectory, unbelievable.
He's out of contract end of next year.
Yep.
Assume that his current career trajectory continues the way it is. $1 million a year?
Yep.
Oh, easily.
Carlton have to pay that to keep him.
I'd have thought.
You'd have to.
If nothing else, even if he doesn't deserve it, which he does, but you have to keep him. You cannot let someone like that walk out the door.
Well, if a banged up 19-touch Cripps is worth $700,
I mean, and around the contest, he can be tagged, but his work rate is unbelievable. He just runs all day, and he cannot be stopped around the ground. So you have to give him the $1 million.
To shout out to North Melbourne though, they have been playing some good footy. They've strung together much better footy in the last, similar to Crows. They've had a very similar season to Crows 2020. Mm-hmm. I feel like they've actually played better footy than what we did last year. Their upside is a lot higher. Mm-hmm. But no, they're not going to beat Carlton here. Carlton still have a sniff to make finals. They won't, but they'll think. And I know we've heard interviews from Teague talk about next year. But internally, there's always a little bit of fire. A couple of them, like Sam Walsh, still want to play finals. Of course, you want to play finals footy. Like it's just silly not to, especially playing for a team like Carlton. So it's not ridiculous for them to say they could make finals, but they have to win these games.
Absolutely,
they have to win, and they've got a real nice run home by the looks of things. So
I see this challenge for North looking very similar to their game last week against the Dons. I don't see the Dons and Carlton having all that much separating them at the minute in terms of the general sort of makeup of their side and sort of the stage that they're at. Carlton want to tell you that they're this far from a flag, but results speak differently. So I think this is going to be pretty similar. You can expect a similar result. I think Carlton's going to win. It'll be around about that 18 to 25 point region. But I'm loving what North Melbourne have been doing this last month. They're really building.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
You can see a future there.
Yep, genuinely get good footy at stage.
And they've got some good. They've got some talented kids.
Absolutely,
they've got some good on-field leaders. They're just not blessed with that core nucleus of out and out stars who can hold their own game in, game out to take them to the promised land.
Yep.
They need a Walsh. They don't have a Walsh.
No, not yet.
No, don't have a Walsh.
Jason Horn maybe.
Well, we shall see.
But in saying that, I'm going spicy Don Roll. I'm tipping the Roos here. I think their last month of footy has actually been better than Carlton's. I would argue that. And I just feel like tipping North Melbourne. So
you're welcome to do that.
I'm going to do that.
This is our show. We can do exactly what we want.
Absolutely. Big double finger to the haters.
Hear this now.
Yeah, no, look, I just like the way the Roos have been going about it, and I think they're probably due a little win again.
Yep, can't argue with that.
Can't hate it.
Now, look, what I'm looking at here, bets-wise, and I very nearly started talking about Essendon, and I'm glad that I didn't because I would have looked foolish. Let's talk Sam Walsh, 30+, goes without saying.
Yep.
Let's talk Aaron Hall, 25. Let's talk Taron Thomas, or as Kelly Underwood likes to say, Taron Thomas. Yeah. How was that? Was that all right?
That was perfect. Typical Vic.
Yeah, with a bit of that. Let's talk Jacob Wiedering, 15 touches. He hasn't dropped under that since the bye. Very happy with him. And big cunners, Ben Cullington for 25. Could be an eyebrow raiser. That was paying about $1.50 when I saw it. He just had a week off, went home, did the family thing. That's fine.
Got a haircut.
And that's a low blow. That is a low blow. Accurate, you're out of line, but you're right. I love it.
He doesn't get haircuts, mate. He just gets a steel wool and just rubs it over the skull and nubs it down.
He had a scalp lather.
Put these ones on after that one.
Oh, that is well naughty. I'm thinking Cunnington, 25. He's had an unforced week off. All right, he chose to go home. That's fine. So he had a week off, not through to injury. He'll be fresh as a daisy.
Yep.
He'll be springing out of the blocks. I'm loving all that. That's paying about $9.20.
I'm also just looking at Sam Walsh, most disposals, Group 1.
Well, yeah.
I don't think...
Paying? Do you know?
No, it was just a more sort of value thing, and it wasn't up on the sports bet. Or redact that. We don't want to talk about any betting companies in here, but
we don't favour no one.
There's no one in the North midfield that's going to run with him all day. Aaron Hall's probably the most likely guy to topple him, and he's been a bit sort of
it's not there
up and down at the moment.
Not
so
there.
Walsh is just unstoppable.
$2.88 if you reckon he'll have 35 touches or more.
That's not bad scratch, to be honest.
Makes a man pause for thought.
It does.
Let us roll on to the Q Clash.
The pineapple grapple.
Boys.
It's on. It's on for young and old.
Yeah. I was trying to think of something around mangoes there. Couldn't think of it quick enough.
That's why they call it the pineapple grapple.
Yeah, I don't...
Don't like it?
Not the mango tango.
The mango tango. There you go.
Banana-rama?
Banana drama.
There you go.
Banana drama. And it will be drama if Took Miller and Zorko resume hostilities on the field. We are, of course, talking about the Brisbane Lions versus the Gold Coast Suns up at the Gabatoir. Interesting. Now, look, I don't know what the hell that was, and I'm just going to ignore everything you do from here on out.
Lions, 139. That's my tip. Bang. Putting it out there.
Easy.
They're going to come back. They're going to come back. I know Gold Coast played well against Western Bulldogs.
They really did, yeah.
In that first quarter, I was looking going, the Doggies have got a tough ask here. They were never in doubt, though. That's the thing. And I feel like they played like they were never in doubt. You know what I mean? And Doggies do that to teams that are like not up to
Beneath
their
them.
standard,
Yeah.
they will just play. Do you know what they're going to do? What Lions do? Play with their food. And that's exactly what they did. Like, did you watch that game? I know it was 11 points, and if you watched it, like, I looked at the end score, and I was like, 11 points, far out. Like, I didn't realise it was that
Thank
close.
God you took those glasses off.
I know, it was frustrating me. But did you, when you were watching
Not
that
with a
game,
bloke.
did you ever think Gold Coast were going to win?
No.
Besides the first 2 minutes.
No,
When
not
you're
even-
like,
not even
they've,
there.
They've kicked 3 goals here.
The only response I have to that, though, is Brisbane have been playing some atrociously bad football the last couple of weeks, and I actually think this is a bit of a danger game for them because the pressure is on them now to break the funk.
I think it's a nice one, though.
Gold Coast, like, they got nothing to.
It's a nice one to break the funk,
gain
though, I
here.
feel. They're a better side than the Suns. Clearly, they've shown that all year. Fagan is going to put a rocket right up at them, and I feel like that could have happened like last week. But they didn't.
And
Didn't
you would be a absolute bonehead to tip Gold Coast in a situation like this. I'm not going to do that, but like I said, to me, the pressure is all on.
Oh, don't
the
put them in
Lions
your
here.
multi.
I agree.
Keep away from that.
And Lockie Neal left training early today
was about to say.
with a shoulder problem.
Yep.
So
know that.
look, it wouldn't be completely ridiculous to think that Gold Coast could claim another big scout.
I think they're sniffing it.
But
I think internally they'd be thinking, we're half
if you were
chance here.
if you were ever gonna get one,
Huh?
now is the time. I'm still going to tip the Lions 1-39.
Have to tip with your head.
but because you have to. But
Yep, correct.
yeah, bit of a danger game.
Big time danger game. Now, last time the Suns and Lions played, I believe that Touk Miller had been suspended. I think he was out for a week, possibly, something like that. I still recall because I was going to get him in for fantasy that week and he didn't rock up, which is a little bit annoying. Look, it's all been said already. You know, Suns were better than I expected against the Dogs, but I think you're right in that the Dogs seem to either play up or play down to their opposition. And sometimes that might bite them on the bum later on in games when they've dug themselves into a hole and it's like, well, shit, we need to get going.
Yeah, we
now.
need to lift. But
We've just
not against Gold Coast.
we've
They showed good spurts.
Yep.
They showed
did.
real good.
Fiorini, the emergence of Fiorini in that midfield, he's just the right time. A, for his career. He's in contract year, isn't he?
Yep.
Fiorini.
That's funny.
Fancy that.
Funny that. And Jack Silvani's just about to sign a new contract. I know it's not the same, but he's having a better year this year than he has previously. Funny how players all of a sudden start trying hard.
I like to call it Dustin Martin syndrome. Dustin Martin syndrome. And then Brodie Grundy suffered from it famously a year or so ago.
Yep, Q in the rack. I've got me million. Done.
Thank you. Thanks for playing, boys. Look, Lions. They were embarrassed and humiliated by Richmond. Everyone expected them to win, but I think that says just as much about Richmond that you still can't write them off just yet, as much as what it did about the Lions being embarrassed and potentially thinking they had it done. Also, interestingly, the Lions playing at the G had not won at the G since 2003. That record still stands. They're back at the Gabba. That reason alone would make me want to go the Suns.
That's a long-ass time.
That's such a long time. That's
huge
almost
time.
like, that's not that far from being my entire lifetime.
Cheap is only 30 or 40 years. Now Lions up 1-39 for mine.
Couple of
on
little
that
bets.
one.
I got Zorko any time this week. He didn't kick one last week, but he had a couple of pot shots and kicked a few behinds.
3 points, I think.
Yeah,
Couple of potatoes,
he was no good for the boys.
It was,
but
it was
I
Ben
think
Simmons of the Lions.
absolutely, and I think he'll get back on the score sheet this week. And Jack Lukosius for 20+.
Nicely done. I had Zorko, but I didn't have Lukosius. I've got Zorko anytime goal. Zorko 20 touches. Jared Lyons 25. Touk Miller for 30. Braden Fiorini for 20 touches. I'm liking Grant Birchall for 15 touches. He's been averaging, I think he's gone under that about twice this year.
Old Paul.
Paul,
You'll understand that.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Paul Birchall.
Pirate Paul.
He's a pirate wrestler.
Of course I knew he was a wrestler. The second you said you'll get that, I was like, wrestling simp. And Zach Bailey, anytime goal. Anytime goal for big Zach Bailey. He loves him. I love him. He loves him and I love him. I've gone off Stink Beans McCarthy this week. Having a breast.
He had a bit of a calf
Having
problem.
a breast? I'm having a breast.
He might be on one on his week off. He's got a calf problem. So
Well, I think we're just seeing other people, man. You know what I mean? We're just taking some time apart.
that's
We're seeing
fair.
other
You
people.
need that sometimes to reinvigorate your relationship.
I think you do. I
Especially
think
with
you
the old
do.
stinker.
Look, sometimes the smell gets into your nose and it sticks there, and you just need to just cleanse it. Just cleanse it. You will not be cleansing any palates with this next game. However, it is the West Coast Eagles versus the St Kilda Saints, being played at Optus Stadium. West Coast coming off of a very uninspiring win against a, frankly, excuse my language, bad Crows team. And St Kilda were embarrassed against Port. I think everyone expected... So I tipped Saints. I tipped Saints on this show. I felt confident in that. Let me down. There was 4 quarters of the most nervous football that you've ever seen.
It was a tough. It was like the worst close game that I've actually ever seen. Like worst. I didn't feel any tension at all.
No, it wasn't.
And we weren't the only ones to back the Saints in my work league, work tipping competition. There's about 20 of us, and I reckon 18 out of 20 tipped the Saints.
St Kilda got bet in from $2.15 on the morning of. I see it at $2.15. I looked at before the game. It was like $1.83.
Yeah.
So there's a big line movement. No one was betting on Port. No one was tipping Port.
So yeah, interesting.
And rightly so, because when Saints played well, they should have beaten Port. When they were playing well, when they were kicking straight, as I said to you boys, like Saints have hurt me all year because guess what they do? They tickle the taint.
Yeah, he was.
They give me a tingle, get me excited, and guess what? Point. Or on the foot. Like, just kick straight. Like, it's actually not, it's not that hard. Watch the Darcy Fogarty highlight videos. Watch his legs. When he kicks the ball, his legs go straight. The ball goes straight.
Kick where you're facing.
Every St
very
Kilda
funny
kick,
how that works.
Every St Kilda kick, like they would actually play well in the soccer game, and that comes up to my scramble later on.
Here we are.
But what are they trying to do? What are they they're watching Ronaldo highlights or something. They're literally kicking the ball.
They wheel
like,
around. They wheel around.
Like rounding.
They've all been watching Buddy.
They've all been watching Buddy.
Of course, it's going to send that
it's
not basic stuff.
And obviously the big news in this one, Rowan Marshall is out.
Huge one.
That sucks.
He's,
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's out with COVID. Yeah, he was at a tier 1 exposure site, so he's got to sit out this week on quarantine.
Huge out. I don't know how they replace him just straight off the bat.
We know, I said it on the pod a few weeks ago, their statistics with Ryder and Marshall in the team as opposed to just one or none is very, very stark. And that is why I'll be tipping the Eagles this week. Not because I think the Eagles are a better team, because I genuinely don't, but I can't get behind the Saints without Marshall in the team. He makes such a big difference. So that's it for me. Eagles 1-39.
I've only got Eagles because St Kilda just can't kick straight. And now with Marshall out, definitely. Like, I don't want to back in the Eagles. They didn't even play that well against Adelaide. What, they win by 42 points?
You described
it was a bad 42
That was all the last quarter
win.
though. Like, it was
boring, man.
You described it perfectly. An uninspired victory.
It really wasn't. It was. They were
2 points up at halftime in a close game. Adelaide actually were winning, like, the kicks, winning all the statistics, and actually like winning the game if you didn't look at the score in that first half, and they're not by much. Like, they weren't. You know what do you get what I'm saying?
Yes,
like, if they were the better team, that is not good because we are not good. Like, we're not. For me to sit there at halftime and think, oh, we might have a sniff here. If you're midfield, and it's no disrespect to Big Baby, but if you're letting Harry Schonberg run an absolute riot in the midfield, that says that your midfield is pathetic. They just let him though. Let him go.
That was comfortably Schonberg's best game at AFL level.
I would have thought so. Yeah.
So if you're letting him run around and do that sort of stuff, what are guys like Don Dunstan and Jack Steele going to do? They are going to take the absolute mick.
Hurt you permanent. Hurt you permanent. Interesting stat for you. I was just having a quick Google search. By the look of it, apologies if I've made a mistake. I don't think I have. Having a look, it looks like the Saints never. It looks like the Saints have not beat the West Coast Eagles in Perth since 2010.
We would expect that to continue then.
I just don't think they're going to be able to travel and do it. Can't kick straight. They can't kick straight. And I'm off them for the rest of the year now. They could even make finals.
Rest of the year.
I think they'll win, but I'm off them as in I'm not going to get excited for them. I'm probably not even really going to.
He's dusted them.
I'm not looking to into their games.
Until I saw the Marshall news today, I was all over them. I thought they had the Eagles pegged, to be honest with you. But without Marshall, can't get behind them.
I just wonder, because the Eagles are such a finicky, emotional team. I just wonder if that's enough to get them going. A mini resurgence, potentially. A crap win against a crap team, and now we get to go home and just, I'm back in the West. And do you know what I mean?
Oh, the media will be like that.
Mum's home cooking, go back home, playing an opponent that just got beat themselves.
Don't care.
No, but do you see what I mean?
Can we move on to bets? Because I'm sick of talking about this game.
I think the Eagles will get up, and I think Jack Steele will have 30 touches. I think Shannon Hearn will have 20 touches. I think Brad Shepherd will have 15 touches, Desmond. I was waiting for you. You didn't help me.
That sounds like a Gylfi Sigurdsson movie. 15 touches, eh?
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Oh, Gylfi.
Poor Swansea.
Don't talk about Gylfi. Come on, kids. Come on, guys. Don't talk about Gylfi. No.
Come on, kids.
Luke Dunstan, 25 touches, and Bradley Hill, 20-plus disposals for mine. Also like a Jack Steele anytime goal. He's in a rich vein of form.
Did you say Don Dunstan?
Yes, 25 touches and $9.20 for that little lot.
Perfect. Yep. I'd steal 30 plus, to be honest with you, but is that what you said?
No, but I could get around it.
He's gone over 30.
Actually, I did. Sorry, Jack Steele 30.
He's gone 4 times in his last 5, so that's good enough for me to get on.
That's big fat.
I reckon we squeeze out the next game and then it's scramble.
You reckon?
Time. Yeah,
we've got no dummy this week. We're running bare bones.
That's okay because this game is more poo than any scramble that I can make.
It'll take
up.
3 seconds.
Okay, let's chomp through it. Ready? Here we go. Adelaide Crows versus Hawthorn Hawks, probably in Melbourne because the Crows have flown out from Adelaide. I'm tipping Hawthorn, not because Hawthorn are good, but because the Crows are bad. Bad. They look like, I was at that game, they look like they can smell the finish line to the season, and they are staggering. They are staggering like a drunken Paul. What's Paul McCartney's missus with the one leg? What's her name?
Yoko Ono.
Not Eilena. Eileen.
Paul McCartney's Linda. They're staggering to the finish line like a drunken Linda McCartney. Okay, just get me there, fall over the line, get me my big draft pick. Forget this season.
Ben Keys isn't though. Ben Keys.
Yeah, but he's not the Crows.
What's his
Crow?
I love it.
I wouldn't say Linda McCartney. They look more like Mr. McGregor with a leg for an arm and an arm for a leg. They are disgustingly bad. I saw an article during the week saying that they are probably the worst team in the comp right now.
I can't
Argue
argue
it.
that. No,
They are definitely.
North Melbourne is showing signs. Hawthorn have been playing better footy since the bye.
I'm cheering for Hawthorn here. I want a higher pick.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to try and get this first pick.
Hawks win 1-39.
That's what I.
Absolutely. The only thing I'll add to that, last week I gave Titch a bit of a spray.
Yep.
None of us were real pleased with his performance. Had the most defensive acts on ground last week, bar Jack Viney. And Jack Viney is a man known for his defensive act. Titch is not.
No.
So to bounce back and actually get stuck in last week.
Made a difference.
That's what we want to see.
Made a big difference.
It's not all about getting 39 touches for 24 metres gained.
It's how you play the game.
We want to
They
see
were
that.
unlucky not to get the win there. I feel like they were unlucky. If they were actually like a better team, they would have got the win. Melbourne probably did the same thing that
You got Hawks as well?
I got Hawks.
Well, once again, the Hawks don't have enough contributors. Okay, once it just
if
falls
any.
off. It just
have
falls off. Pelk floats in and out. O'Meara floats in and out. Lockie Bramble's been elite in 4 games or 3 games, however many it is. And that shouldn't be the case.
Wingard back this week. Scrimshaw back this week
good.
apparently as well. So
Great
that's huge.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
I want Crows to lose the rest of the year and North Melbourne
I
to
want
win every
Jason
other
Horn.
game.
I want Jason Horn. All right, let's talk bets. I'm talking Laird for 30 plus. He'll do that easy. I'm talking Ben Keys for 25 touches. He'll do that easy. I'm also liking Bramble for 15 plus disposals. I think he had 18 or 19 on the weekend. He had about 23 the weekend before, so he's in a nice vein of form. Tom Mitchell, 30 plus. That goes without saying.
Doesn't walk him backwards.
Doesn't walk him backwards. And Kaczynski will have at least 1 goal if he's playing on Jordan Butts. Jordan Butts is a man with a very thick head of hair, which is excellent for him.
It is actually luscious.
It is.
It is. It's impenetrable hair, but I don't think his
Crow's
defensive
dig.
abilities will be similarly impenetrable against Justin Kaczynski's large boot. Boys, what do you think?
Perfect.
I'm ready for the scramble.
Anything else to add?
Nah.
I guess it's scramble time. Comrade Des. Comrade Des. They say in Russia, scramble do you. It's my best. I've got nothing.
Scramble do me. Oh, well, try your hardest. Come at me.
Jeez.
All right. Well, these questions, I've got 6. And I'm going to ask you guys as a group here, and we can just...
Group
rapid
answers
fire
today.
them off,
Love
it.
all right?
We're in Russia.
Yep.
Communism is the order of the day.
That's my
These
whole
are
point.
not. This is not my answer. These are our answers.
Works for me. All right. Well, we're going to talk about back to the soccer. Which player could convert to soccer and be an elite striker/winger?
In the AFL.
Shy Bolton.
Yeah, just...
I reckon Shy Bolton. We've discussed this before. He's a man who could do anything and do it well with no training.
Shy Bolton.
Perfect.
I can agree.
I also wouldn't mind seeing like Bobby Hill. There's a left field one for you.
You reckon?
I think he's got a bit of toe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does. Yeah.
Markov.
Enrique. Any
Markov
A-League
would.
fans? He's like Enrique.
European background as well. He absolutely would.
Moustache. Markov.
Don't hate it. All right. What Crows player has green toothpaste?
Green toothpaste.
Yeah.
So what? They're a spearmint fan.
Or why is it green? We need more information.
I don't know, like the kids' green toothpaste, like the Wiggles toothpaste.
No, okay.
So what Crows player has Wiggles toothpaste?
Yeah.
Would Ned McKenna?
No, that's literally what I was going to say because he is a big child.
Yeah, he is. He's
Yeah, a little angry ant. That's what I think of him, mate.
He's 6.5.
All
he turned
right.
7
And
on
also
Monday.
Braden Cook. You seen that bloke?
Yeah. Yeah. I can see him with the... No, but he'd eat the toothpaste, man.
Arms like chopsticks.
He'd eat the toothpaste, fella.
Nasty. All right. Which player could take a punch from Mike Tyson the best? Oleg Markov, Dusty Martin, or Stefan Martin?
Ooh, that's actually tough.
With a glove.
From Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson would never punch without a glove.
Wouldn't
Strike Markov off immediately.
yeah, it wouldn't be Markov.
Get rid of
Not
him.
that I don't think he's tough.
Too light, I reckon.
Yeah, doesn't have the frame for it. I would probably say Def.
I'm leaning
purely because of the size.
That was why he was last.
And he's been a pretty hardy ruckman over his career.
He'd take it. I reckon he'd take it. Maybe.
And let's be real, okay? Dustin Martin is now out with a kidney injury after copping one blow to the ribs, admittedly from the human juggernaut.
Yeah, but he tried
the man missile.
He tried to dole it out.
We did, and he come off second best. I think Steph Martin for mine.
Yeah.
Fair shout. All right. Do Sydney have a chance in September?
Yes. Absolutely.
You reckon they get up?
Yep, absolutely.
You reckon they got a sniff?
Belief.
This little rest will be good for Callum Mills as well.
I agree. He'll be a big cog.
He's been playing midfield all year. He just needs a week off to rest the weary bones.
Oh, I'm cutting out the SpongeBob question. Do Sydney have more of a chance in September than Port?
Fuck me dead.
Then Port, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that too. Mate, I tell you, we are one mind today.
Ask the
I'm
SpongeBob
cutting
question,
out another
please.
one.
Just,
Ask the SpongeBob question.
Which Swans player reminds you of SpongeBob?
Ooh.
It was nothing exciting.
He's the size of Tom Papley, but Papley's more like actively aggressive.
But I was going to say, so it's basically soft and a bit Quincy.
With a funny laugh.
Yeah, high pitched, square shaped. You got to go with that. Reedy legs.
That's hard.
Some sort of like a McInerney type character.
Yeah.
Justin McInerney.
Yeah, or Wicks.
Yeah, Sam Wicks.
One of those two.
Yeah.
All right, and during our lockdown here in Russia, whose highlights or what players' highlights will you be watching over and over to froth?
There's too big a list to name. But
Well, I can name one straight off the bat. I'm going to go to YouTube and I'm going to look up the longest video I can find. If I can find a 10 hours on repeat video of Mitch Robinson's biggest hits, I'm creaming that until we come out of lockdown. I don't care how long it is.
Absolutely.
Nuclear winter, let it last. I don't care.
African American child with the headphone
Genuinely, yeah.
all day.
I don't care. I just want to watch Mitch Robinson go juggernaut mode and bust through walls. I love it.
Yeah. Also Byron Pickett highlights because
Also true.
you do need something to get you up and about in the morning.
Yeah. Nah, rate it.
Nicely-
All right, let's get on.
Nicely done, Comrade Desmond. Okay, let's look at the Jeepers top of the table
Game of the
clash
round.
here. Game of the round, no doubting it. MCG,
This has gone under the radar because of COVID.
hugely
Big time.
so. This, any other time, if COVID was not an issue, this would be getting spoken about dawn to dusk. It's the Melbourne Demons versus the Western Bulldogs. Sensible Dan. What do you reckon?
I reckon this is going to be game of the round, as you have rightly already suggested.
Wow. What do you think, Desmond?
It's
Game of the round?
Sensible damn.
a big. It's a big call. I know. Yeah. Look, these are the two, probably still two premier teams in the competition.
Yep.
Even though Melbourne's been a little bit ordinary, Dogs probably haven't been playing their best footy, but I think this is going to be a great game regardless. But again, another COVID, losing Josh Dunkley. Been
2
back-
weeks is okay though.
Yeah, but he's been back in for 1 week and now he's back out again. That sucks.
That's all right, he's
Also,
used to
big rip to Toby McLean. We hate to see that on the
No
podcast.
good, that.
So yeah, that sucks for him. But Godspeed. Hope your recovery goes well, son.
Bless
Far
up.
out, mate.
Bless
Yeah,
up.
look, I think this is going to be a great game. No doubt about it. Still two big midfields going head to head. Bont's been in ripping form at the moment.
Bont v Track. Oh,
I've been a sucker for putting Bont in any times this multis this year. Yeah. He's not kicked a goal for about 4 weeks now, so I'm off that. But I still think he's going to have a massive game, and he's going to be probably the catalyst if the Dogs are going to get up. Because last time these two teams played, the Demons had the Dogs number big time. It was not pretty.
Yeah,
we were watching this game together at the pub, and
No good, that.
Dogs could not get going at all. So if the D's can do the same thing again, it could be an interesting one for the Dogs. I've got the D's 1-39 here.
I'm going to have to go the other way. I'm going the Dogs. I wasn't thrilled with the Demons' output against Hawthorn. There was some interesting little inconsistencies amongst that team, especially in the back line. There was a lot of finger pointing, a lot of where are you, what are you doing, you should be over here, a lot of that sort of stuff. Suggests to me they've got a bit of a gelling issue. I don't know what it is. They're just going through a little funny patch, and all teams have them, especially during the winter
I think
months.
they've got a couple of creases they need to kind of...
Maybe
get
they
iron
should have
out.
just been resting those players for finals, like Sam Landsberger suggested all those weeks ago. Maybe that's all they needed. Maybe they just needed to rest players 8 weeks out from finals.
Yeah. Well, and they didn't, and they lost. So make of that what you will.
Cue the X-Files music.
Jeeps. No, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, though. Like the Demons, they've just the last week or two looked a little bit shaky. Yep. Just enough to give you a bit of pause.
Yep.
Whereas the Dogs did enough, as you said before regarding the Suns, did enough to get over the Suns, played down to the Suns a lot, and then when the time came to put the foot down and put them away, they put the foot down, they put them away.
That's the thing.
Melbourne didn't.
Melbourne couldn't. and that's why I've got the doggies 1-39 here,
I'm
and I
with
hope
the
the
doggies.
dogs win.
I'd
too.
prefer to see a Dogs win.
I love the Dogs this year.
I really would. Yeah, same. Absolutely.
I think the Ledger gets squared here, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but it'll game of the round, and it's
could go
really a
either
coin
way.
flip, really a coin. And I think we'll know pretty early on whoever stamps at the authority first. I love this.
It's nice to see Baz Lenker in some good form as well. He's finally playing back in the middle where he should have been all along, and he's actually hitting a ripping patch of form, so good on him.
Interesting, there are a few differences between this round of football between these two and the last time they played. For example, you've got Jamara Ugle-Hagan that kicked 3 last week, and he is already looking, it's 2 games in, you cannot make calls about a bloke's career, but he's already looking very much a confidence player. You know? Looking at a confidence player. Do you play Jamara, Josh Bruce, Aaron Norton in the same forward line?
Yep.
So that's an interesting dynamic for the Demons back line to now work up against. Do you know what I mean?
Norton and Ugle-Hagan aren't your typical key forwards.
They're not.
They're more like your Jeremy Camerons, where they're super athletic, bit
Rangy.
toey.
Yep.
Josh Bruce is more your stay-at-home kind of guy, but he can get it done athletically as well. Like that is probably going to be the new age tall forward line.
And they're going to have
you see when the Crows roll out a
team as
tall forward line, it's got Tex Walker, Elliot Himmelberg, and some other Gumby up forward. Yeah. It's terrible.
Oh, Fog.
Nah, it's not so much Fog's not really.
Frampus,
But it's more like Frampton. Like, they're not athletic big guys. These guys are just super athletes, and it's a borderline going to be impossible to stop.
Also, Waitman. We've seen him really emerge over the last month to 6 weeks.
Just signed a new 2-year deal today as well.
Does he suffer from Dustin Martin syndrome this week? Put the Q in the rack.
He loves. You can tell with us playing good footy.
But he's an X factor that's bloody hard to match up against.
He just loves footy.
Yes, he does.
I don't think like he's one of those guys that would be, I just want to earn as much as possible. Like, we heard the stories about him. He was doing yoga and Pilates and stuff in like year 7, getting ready to play AFL foot. Like, that's commitment. That's
He's a dog with the ball with the most respect.
Like in year
dog
7
with the
and year
ball.
8 sport. Like, you just
Playing Pokemon.
Like, yeah, I want to be a professional athlete when I grow up, and then you go home and sit in front of the PlayStation for 8 hours. Like, Cody Waitman wasn't doing that.
No.
He just wants to be a good football player, and you can see that.
Absolutely. But that what I'm saying is, though, that he wasn't as much of a factor. I don't think he's a match-winning player just yet, but he certainly is more of a factor right now than what he was last time they played Melbourne. Now, if you're a Jake Lever, you know, like a meat and 3 veg type of backman who just like enjoys punching balls, then you're not really going to be set up to be dealing with a Cody Waitman type of operator. So I think this forward line poses a bit more of a problem to Melbourne than what it did last time. No Treloar, interesting. I think that was the game that he busted. Did he bust himself in that game, Treloar? It was somewhere around there, though.
It was,
somewhere around there. Anyways, look, I think this is going to be a bit more of an X factor game. Melbourne a bit on the decline. Bulldogs looking interesting. Going for the Bulldogs. Bets wise, let's talk Christian Petracca for 25 disposals. And whilst I'm there, I might just get him down for a goal.
He does that literally pretty much every week, so why not?
He's done it all this year and last year. Probably the year before as well. I don't really remember.
Oh, I don't remember either. And it's interesting you said about Bont, no goal, anytime goal. I've ignored that. No, I've ignored that this week myself, which absolutely means he's due, so put it in. Bontempelli, 25 touches. McRae, 30. He's having a bit of a down spell. I think he's due to come back.
He's getting sooky. Like I said,
you can't keep a man down.
I messaged you. He looks like Baz Lenker's coming up, McRae's going down, and it's like a direct correlation. Like, well, he's getting my touches.
Maybe they're the same bloke.
Earn them.
Maybe they're the same bloke.
Yeah, well,
have you ever seen them in the same part of the ground at the same time? No, it's either one in, one out.
One's ripped.
Yeah.
Well, one is ripped.
One's got a head of hair. The other's
my
got a head.
wife constantly tells me about it.
Our wife, Comrade. Ed Langdon, 20 disposals, please. Cody Waitman and Jamara, both for an anytime goal. That's paying about $9.40.
Bit of value. I had Lockie Hunter $1.40. That's not value. But Bailey Dale has had 25 touches the last 2 weeks.
How do I miss Bailey Dale?
I've gone 25 again. That's $2.37 at the moment.
Well, Bailey Dale at 20
value.
plus touches was paying like last week. I remember it was like $1.70. I'm looking going, and even like $1.15.
How's that noise going?
Even
one more time.
Even 15 plus touches was like $1.40, and I'm like, it's like a nice little multi builder. Why would I get free money like that? What are sports bet thinking?
And then they proceeded to shut down for the weekend and didn't respond to any messages. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What's that? You got money? No.
Thank you.
Mine now.
Thank you.
No, you can't have a bonus bet.
Thank you.
No. But it's like that trade request meme. I receive all of your money from your bet. You receive nothing. Genuinely.
And one more for good measure. Thank you.
Let's roll on. Let's talk Essendon Bombers. Let's talk GWS Giants. Let's talk about where the hell this is going to get played because I've got no idea.
Currently in parts unknown, Des.
Yeah, far out. Kane's going to be the umpire. Another wrestling reference.
Jeepers. Trinidad, Tobago, possibly the Maldives.
Well, I don't think
They
it
can come
matters
play it in
where it's
Bunga.
going to play. I don't think it matters. I don't think
Come
it
to
matters
Russia.
where they're going to play because I think the Bombers want to make finals, and I don't think the Giants do. Because teams that want to make finals and teams that really want to make finals are not, what were they, 40 points, 30 points up, and then proceed to lose by that amount.
The Bombers are busting their gut at the minute. They might be having losses. I mean, I'm not saying they had one last week. We know they had a good win against the Roos.
Yeah.
But even when they're having losses in the last 6 or so
been
weeks,
against
they're still
elite
busting
teams,
their,
though.
they're busting their gut to
Yeah.
get a loss. Like Parish, Merritt, even Stringer leading the way. Like Stringer had, like 19 on the weekend. But
4 goals.
but 4 goals, you keep seeing blokes in the midfield have 25 touches and they're all sharing it round.
But they lost to like Melbourne, Geelong. I think it might have been the Doggies. Was it the Doggies?
I reckon you might be right.
Something like
But
that.
you-
Like,
but you're
it's
right,
the top
though.
3 teams
You're
they've
right,
lost to.
yeah.
So, like, of course they're going to struggle.
I've also got the Dons here because I think they're just playing better footy at the moment.
I didn't say Dons, but I'm tipping Dons.
gonna
I was
be a good
139.
I genuinely did feel a bit bad for GWS because they got railed with the COVID stuff just before the first bounce. It was about an hour before the game when they got told Toby Green and Matt DeBoer couldn't play. And when you've been preparing all week for a side with Toby Green really as your focal point, and then all of a sudden, yep, see you later.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? You know, like I know they were 30 points up, but it's got to take some effect. It has to take an effect on the
Well,
players.
you'd like to think if you're a younger bloke who's been in Toby Green, let's say you're, I'm not picking on blokes. Let's say you're a smaller forward in that GWS forward line, you know who they are. Surely when Green is out, you say, you know what, this is my chance. I'm living in blokes' shadows. Yeah, I'm getting touches. I might jag a goal here and there. Maybe it's my time to shine.
Oh, I don't disagree, but in
It's
saying
disappointing that didn't happen. Is what I'm saying.
it's much harder to replace Toby Green than it is.
No, I
to
know.
say
I
that.
know.
I know what you mean.
I know.
Though. I do know. But
You want
anyway,
to see
look,
a bit. You want to see a bit, and you're seeing a lot from Essendon right now. I can't go past them for intensity
that's exactly
alone.
the
and we
same.
also don't know the status of Josh Kelly at this point in time.
Very
he
good
got
point.
taken straight down to the rooms, and the sub was made immediately on the ankle. Giants have said he's going to be okay, but that's
And if he's not, ouch. Bombers. Back in the Bombers.
Whitfield potentially back in, but to what status is he going to be? We know he takes a little while to warm himself up after he's been out.
Being
for a
the
spell.
resident Whitfield lover of the pod here, he will take a while.
I think
Sometimes
so.
it's 2 weeks. Sometimes it's like it took him 2 weeks last time, and other times it's taken him a couple, 2-3 weeks to kind of get into his form that we know and love. It's hard.
so kick on the Donners.
Kick on the Donners. I'm looking at Parish 30, Merritt 30, Taranto 25. He's been bloody. What a servant he's been for that Giants outfit, I tell you. Taranto 25, Cal Ward 20 to step up in the absence, potentially if Kelly's out. Did I say Hines 20?
No.
Well, I'm thinking Hines 20, and I'm also thinking Mason Redman, communism, communist theme, Soviet.
Or as Kelly Underwood keeps trying to say, it's the Red Dog. The Red Dog.
Oh.
Nah. I won't be having that, Kelly. Shut up. I will not be having that.
I just...
I'll take it
Most
personally.
unimaginative nickname of all time. Although I did see today a post by the AFL, totally off topic, on random nicknames. Did you see Alir Alir's? Okay.
No, yeah, his is great.
Did you see it?
I did not.
Shandy.
Hey.
No, it was in Chandelier.
Chandelier.
Oh. I
How
thought you
good
meant
though.
as in-
I actually love that.
I pissed it when I saw Rory Laird's supposed nickname.
Yeah.
Who is calling Rory Laird the desk? No one's
desk.
calling him the desk. I've never heard that in my life.
They call Rory Lloyd. He's now called the desk.
And the AFL photo had sort of like photoshopped it like a school desk
Yeah.
onto his head. It was so funny.
It was fun. I've
because of his
never.
head?
Well,
Yeah.
you would assume it's just a slab of wood. I've never known
I've never known the AFL be funny,
sitting,
and I was actually sitting there like, this is actually good content.
we're sitting at Rory Laird right now.
Yeah, basically.
Maybe
yeah.
we should release some nicknames for players.
Yeah. But Shander and
Shandy was good, yeah.
and Deskhead. Oh, brilliant.
I tell one of the
Desk
funniest nicknames I've heard recently was I was listening to Jim Brayshaw and Bill Brownless, and they were talking playoffs, NBA. They're talking playoffs,
Yep.
And they referred to a bloke that they kept referring to him as Javianas.
Yeah.
Oh man, Javianas, Javianas. I was like, who the fuck are they talking about? Javianas, Thon Maker. Yes.
I'm very conscious of getting
Maker,
off time, but now we're
unbelievable.
talking about nicknames. I've got to get this one off because I
God.
showed Rich this video a little while ago.
I'm so happy with that.
of this. It's a radio show in Britain. Remember the one I showed you? They were talking about funny nicknames, and there was this guy. There was this guy at the factory, and he was he had one leg shorter than the other one, and so he used to walk like this, right? And his nickname was the Sniper's Nightmare.
Every every time.
it was so funny.
The sniper's nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm conscious
God.
of getting off time, but yeah, bloody hell, it was funny.
Oh, jeepers creepers. If you've got some funny nicknames, please send them in to PO Box 69 at 123 Don't Really Care Street.
Yeah.
.com.au.
Or even easier, just DM us.
Yeah, actually, change the DM. We love a nickname. Yeah, go on then. Let's have a look at the Geelong Cats versus the Richmond Tigers at the MCG. Interesting. Interesting. Hard to know what to make of this one. If it had been getting played last week, I'd have said Geelong by how much. Now, I'm a bit uncertain. Desi, what do you reckon?
I think Dusty being out is just too much of a blow to that young like the young fellas. It's going to take it's going to have a bit of impact on them. It's going to take its toll on the Tigers team, and I've got Cats.
You can't just like him, can you?
No, you just can't. And
same as Green.
He's the one.
It's all well and good saying do what he does, but who can?
And we know Stewart has gone to Dusty and shut him down completely. Like
no need now.
Probably would have happened. Yeah,
no need.
Like far out. So now Tom Stewart can do what he wants. That's nasty.
Last week, the Dockers were terrible. They were absolutely disgraceful against the Cats. They didn't turn up. But Geelong was also incredible. Their ball movement is like second to none at the moment. They almost look better without having Cameron and Rowan in the forward line. It just lets Tomahawk do what he needs to do, and the other blokes just sort of pick up.
Worked last year.
Danger is absolutely back. He had another very handy game. And Zach Tui's probably having the best year of his career.
I would say so. He loves sneaking forward recently, doesn't he?
He's just everywhere. He's down back taking kick-outs, then he's in the forward pocket snapping goals. He's having an absolute blinder.
He can, though.
No one's been mentioning it. I don't know where you put him, but he probably should be at least in the 40-man AA squad.
I don't see why not.
He's huge.
Worth consideration.
Huge.
It's that horrible tat, that's why. Looks like a big birthmark on
it. It does. Just looks stupid.
It's not good.
What is that? Big leaf?
It'd be something. You know what? We've just been slagging off. Guarantee it's something cultural now. We're going to get made out to be dickheads.
I love it.
I do like Zach Tui.
Great tattoo.
I am Irish. I got the Irish in me.
It's a great tattoo.
We both have moustaches. I'm on them.
I'm also Cats 1 to 39.
Cats 1 to 39. You cannot just replace Dustin Martin. It's terrible. Ryan Mansell, Ryan Garthwaite. You know what I mean?
RCD, 2 mums.
Who steady, nicknames, love it.
But he does have 2 mums.
I know. It's just...
What's wrong with that?
We're in Russia. Mm-hmm. They don't like that sort of thing here.
That's communism.
Yeah. They don't like that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not sure who comes in to replace him. I'm not sure who can. Do you put Jack Ross in the middle just to be a big boy?
Maybe.
Just to be a big gut? It doesn't really matter because look, the Cats are stacked at the minute. Yeah. They went over to the West. They gave Freo the biggest reality check in history. 70-point win was just rude, and I see it, frankly, being probably a 35-point win, 40-point win here. But Cats won 39.
And they have been doing that. They have been beating like the Tigers through in the season. Obviously, they lost the granny, RIP.
Yep.
But they have been beating Richmond in the last 2-3 years at the G. Like they've been unleashing a can of whoop ass, as Stone Cold Steve Austin would say.
Yes, you would.
Like, look back on it. Look back on it.
Man,
I got that one.
At least you know that.
Nothing's going to change here.
Nothing's. And also,
let's get some bets.
They're a big part of my multi, so let's go.
Yeah, actual.
What?
You see, I get the reference.
What? Unbelievable.
315.
316.
Oh, damn it.
You're so close.
You can dump your marbles. You can say your prayers.
Oh, so close. Yeah, look, Geelong will by how much? Should be a good contest, though. Should be a good contest.
Time school ends, mate.
Yeah.
Well, what's the Premier League footballer? Who's just been done? Ask him what time school finishes.
Gilfie Sigurdsson. Yeah, he'd know.
Johnson.
He'd know.
Look it up. Alrighty, let's talk bets. I'm looking at Shai Bolton anytime goal scorer and Shai Bolton 20+. In the absence of Dusty Martin,
he'll be in the middle.
He will be the man they look for. I think Trent Cotchin for 20+ as well. Again, he's going to feel like he's going to have to step up. And I know he really doesn't want to because he's just slowing down dreadfully this year. But they're going to look for him as the leader on field. He's going to get disposals, not from hunting for them. He's going to get given the ball. Please do something with this.
Someone's got to have touches.
Captain T, Ice T, do something with it, man. Mabby or Chol. Contract year is all I'm going to say to you. Contract year. He had 4 goals on the weekend, and he's still paying
out of the ruck as well.
Yeah, and he's still paying like $1.40 for a goal this week.
No man in Australia appreciated those 4 goals more than I did.
Oh, Mabby or might have done.
No way. They wanted to give him the coffee machine. He said he already got one.
Yeah. Every goal is more dollars on that contract, mate.
Oh, yeah, it is.
When they said about the coffee machine, I hope you enjoy your coffee machine. Did you hear what he said?
No, go on.
He's like, I've already got one.
We'll give it to you.
He doesn't care about your coffee machine.
No, give it
he
to-
does not care about
of
your
course
coffee
he wouldn't.
machine.
Give it to your nunu or your
Yeah,
yaya.
Yeah.
Oh, gee. Mabi or Chol, anytime goal. Now, Nankervis coming back makes that a bit iffy.
No, it doesn't.
You cannot drop Mabi or Chol out of that
Chol will
side
just go
after 4
forward.
goals. Yeah, but that's Lynch, that's Rewald
Don't
in
make
the forward
Chol
line.
mad.
Nah, Chol's going nowhere.
Mad Charles going to ruffle some feathers in that Richmond.
You're going to be eating a big bad bowl of spaghetti Cholonese, let me tell you that much. And Tommy Stewart's paying $1.22 for 20 touches. So,
as always.
you know I had to do it to him.
You know, I'd actually probably look at 25. I reckon he could sweep up back there big time, to be honest. Look, put 20 plus in, but
Yep.
I reckon 25. I reckon he'll go over this week.
Not stupid. Let's look at the last game of the round. It is the Sydney Swans versus the Freo Dockers. This could be the game that decides the Dockers' finals chances here, to be honest with you.
Well, I think we've answered this question
I think so.
in the scramble.
I think we did.
It was my one of I had a bit of a serious scramble today, but
You did. Well, we're in a serious
I actually
country.
didn't mind it. Change of pace.
It was a good scramble.
I thought I'd change the pace a little bit. Just the climate that we're in right now. It's a bit cold and a bit serious. But no, like we all answered it. Are we all going Sydney here?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are Freo going to do if they couldn't beat Geelong at home? And it's not necessarily they couldn't beat them, but if they did nothing in that game. What was it? One of their lowest scores.
It was, 30,
Yeah,
31,
31.
yeah. Look, Fife's shoulder
That
got...
wasn't their lowest. Their lowest is in Adelaide.
Yeah, indeed. No, look, Fife's shoulder got twinged, and that's just going to get worse and worse now as the season rolls on. He's just waiting for that surgery, and it's just going to get worse and worse. So Fife is now not going to be a force. I don't believe that he's going to be a force for that team coming into finals
The
time.
Swans are going to eat them.
And if you can quell Brayshaw, that's
big time.
pretty much their midfield nullified.
Yep. I
Pretty
agree.
much. Not to say anything bad about Chera or Serong. These are fine blokes, but they've not yet emerged to the point where you could say they could carry a midfield.
I don't want to say anything bad about those guys, but
No, I don't want to,
But if Chera does go to Carlton for the reported figure that he's going for, he would be the most ordinary player in AFL history to hit that $800,000 contract. It just for me, just offers minimal.
I can't believe Carlton are going to do it.
They probably will.
They will.
They've got more money than sense. They do these
And
sorts
it's
of
Carlton.
things, man. They do these sorts of
It's
things.
Carlton.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they do it?
What do you expect? What do you expect?
He's ever so slightly better than someone like Paddy Dow and Zach Fisher, so give him all the world.
I would have thought. Look, Mills out is a big out for the Swannies. Let's talk to Swannies for a minute. I love the emotion coming out of Johnny Longmire. He is as much a part of that team. Sometimes you see a bit of a disconnect between a coach and a playing group. Do you know what I mean? Well, the only emotion that we see is when coaches are blowing their stack at the lads for not lifting their weight and doing a good enough job. Johnny Longmire, he's right amongst the lads. The lads love him. He loves the lads. He's clearly very invested. Those boys, there's massive buy-in. You heard about what happened on the weekend with the COVID scare with all the Sydney boys, and they had to drop all these blokes. They had to get all these other blokes up at a moment's notice. And the boys just said, yeah, fine, sure.
Yeah.
Where do you want me? What can I do?
He's been around the traps a long time.
Yes.
He's
Can get the best out of a unit.
absolutely he can. Look, we all like Johnny Longmire on the show, Big Horse. He's a great coach, and replacing someone like Mills is hard to do. They just did it. No qualms.
And I don't see that changing this week at all. I really don't. Plus, it's on their preferred side of the continent. Swans 1-39 for mine.
Cool. Couple of bets.
Yep, do
Jake
it.
Lloyd 25 plus because he just does it every single week. Last week, I said Jordan Dawson for an anytime goal scorer. I was pretty hot on that.
Let me down.
The second Callum Mills, Cunningham, and O'Riordan went out, Jordan Dawson went down back. Someone had to cover for Harry Cunningham. It was obviously going to be Jordan Dawson. So straight to the back pocket. So no goals there, obviously. I've got him 20 plus this week because I think he'll stay down back. And Brayshaw, 25 plus, $1.53. Much easier to say stop him than it is to actually do it.
I agree. I had a lot of these. So these are not just your bets and my bets. These are our bets. Comrade Dan.
Once again, Comrade.
Comrade Dan. Exactly. I'm looking Luke Parker 25.
Yep.
I'm hot on him. I'm thinking Brayshaw 25. He'll be mad on himself.
This would have been hard for you, this game.
It genuinely was, yeah.
Because now that Mills is out, that's one you've got to replace.
It is. But no, I genuinely look, Brayshaw stepping up. He's paying about $1.50 at the minute. And I think Brayshaw is going to be mad on himself for having been quite ineffectual during that game. And they're going to look to him now that Fife is really, it's so evident that he's battling with that shoulder. So big Bray, 25. Jakey Lloyd, 25. Is, I think, did you say Lloyd?
Yeah, I did.
25? Okay, good. Again, our bets. Dawson, 20 plus. Again, our bets. Rampy, 15 plus. He'll take kickouts. And if Freo just keep looping the ball nice and high into that
Which
forward
they
line,
will.
then Rampy is going to go and eat. And Mickey Walters, anytime goal. He's had about 3 or 4 games in a row where he's kicked at least one.
He's fell off the face of the earth, though. He's having a stinky year.
He's having a stinky year, but the stats say that he's more good for a goal than not. And so I'm on the stats, man. I'm on the stats. And that's paying about $8.90, that little lot.
Excellent.
Anything to add? Give me a blast of Russian. What can you say in Russian? Anything?
I can only do Borat, which is Kazakh.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Kazakh Irish man.
Yeah. When was the last time you were over here in Russia? How long ago?
Oh, 3 days.
3 days ago. So you came to Australia and then zipped back.
I prepped this just for you guys.
Have you noticed, though, much like Australia, everywhere we go, people point and laugh at him? People know him here, and they know he's a moron.
Yeah.
They know.
I can't.
He's got contacts, but they just know.
Well, he's dressed. He's kind of dressed at the minute. Like, I know you're dressed for the cold. You've got the red. You've got the. I don't know, man. You kind of look like an Albanian hitman. You look like a secondary character, a non-playable character from like Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
He actually does look like an NPC. The aviators do it.
Yeah. Look at this, Quince. All right,
I'd love to look like Nico Bellic, but I just can't, can I?
No one can. Thank you very much for joining us. Please gamble responsibly if you follow any of these bets. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We very recently clicked over 100 subs on YouTube. Thank you so very much to all of you. We love you. You're all legends and we couldn't do it without you, but we'd love some more. So if you can, tell your mates. Chuck us a sub if you haven't. We'd love to grow the community out. The more of you we get on board, the better we can do this show. So till then, boys.
Russian kiss at you. Is that even a thing?
A Russian kiss would be a stomp on the pavement, I would have thought.
Exactly. Yeah. It'd be an AK-47 to the back of the head.
Yeah, and a bottle of vodka.
Take care, punters. We will see you next week. All the best.
Au revoir.